Hey, I'm Dan Wolfe. We're here at Red Bull Rampage 2023. I'm going to be checking out some of the pros' bikes. We're going to be looking at their paint jobs and we're going to be checking out their preferences. Let's get into it. We're here with Kyle Strait. We're going to have a deep look into his bike and his setup, preferences for Rampage. Kyle, can we start with the paint job first?
For sure, yeah. This is be my first Vitus painted VT01, right? It's basically just a Vato hot rod, if you could say, right? Like, yeah. So like, it's got a lot of hot rod inspiration with the script, the pinstripes, and then the silver leaf on there. It's just a classy, clean look. The setup's very similar to something that I rode at Hardline. The main changes would be 27.5 front wheel compared to the 29, and then a shorter rear end. And
the reasoning behind going with a shorter rear end?
So mainly for tricks. You know, the way when you're jumping, you know, unfortunately I would love to say it's easier to spin, but I'm not like exactly the best spinning guy. Done a time or two, but most people say for spins, but you know, it's just actually, I notice a lot when you're on those steep cliffs and you're kind of hopping off of them. Yeah. When you have a long rear end, it feels like a trailer behind you. It gets off the cliffs, you know, as you're getting on those steep sides and kind of hopping into them with those slow motion ones. It doesn't hang up.
Suspension, I suppose, or are you tokened up as like far as you can go? Crazy pressures?
We're definitely maxing out. For sure. I think currently I'm on my fork, I'm running 210. We're about 280 in the shock right now.
Wow, 280?
Yeah, 280. These Vintage were running a little bit higher in pressure, but
yeah, it's a classy bike. All right, we're here with Cam Zink. We're going to have a chat about his custom bike. Technically, is this an enduro frame nearly?
This is the OG Spartan. So it's just a Devinci aluminum Spartan. 160 mil travel. The only reason I'm riding this instead of the chainsaw is for things like this. Flipping step downs on a high pivot is rather difficult. Works great for everything else, even flipping jumps, because it squats early. On step downs, it tends to squat and grow the rear end as the front wheel is still coming off.
And that slows rotation.
Yes, it makes it very, very difficult. Not impossible, but no one's ever flat flipped a high pivot, let's just say that.
And those cranks, I don't think I've ever seen them from 5Dev.
Yeah, 5Dev made these for me. I don't know if they sell them. They're 155s. They're big fans of shorter cranks, as am I. I know they've been making some for Robin, and I've heard some of the World Cup dudes are even running 140s, 150s with different stickers on them. So like, it's not just free riding. I would highly recommend people trying it, because you really don't lose much on the pedaling. But then for especially like switch spins, so you're bringing them closer to center, less of a gap. So spinning toward front foot or back foot. But then also just for whips, being more like a moto, more centered on the bike. They're stronger, they're lighter, you know, everything.
Good luck this Friday.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Hope you guys enjoy watching.
So I'm here with Tom van Steenbergen. We are going to go through his bike. I guess first off, this is it's a hyper downhill bike, I believe.
Yep, it's got the 26-inch wheel in the back that's absolutely slammed for flat drop tricks, and yeah, it's great. It's the ultimate freeride bike. It's a super strong frame, and I got the 27.5 in the front, 26 in the rear, with 190 mil suspension in the front, 200 in the rear.
Have you had to work a lot on making sure the bike's balanced? Because obviously you've got like a mullet, but like 26 rear, 27.5 in the front. You got shorter travel in the front and the rear, which is usually like that doesn't happen. So is it been easy or hard to get it to feel balanced?
No, it honestly feels really good. It feels like a normal downhill bike. Last year I just ran 27.5 in the rear and 200 in the front, and full downhill bike. And this honestly feels better just because it has the short rear end. Perfect for Rampage.
And obviously we have to ask, with a single crown fork, and I've seen the way you've routed your front brake, are we going to see some sort of spin, tail whip or bar spin?
Surprisingly, no. No bar spins or tail whips.
Shocked.
It's a free ride event.
It's a free. Oh yeah, we got to get everyone revved up about that. Oh, Rampage is so slope style.
If you think it's a slope style event,
you need to come here.
You have obviously never been here before.
And actually, it's first time here for me, and I can guarantee you, this is the worst thing I've ever seen. Noah, who are we here to talk to? Talus, Turk. We're gonna go through his bike. Can you tell me about your bike?
Yes, I can. Yeah, this is my first custom painted bike and Rampage bike. It kind of represents my Japanese heritage. It was originally for a cherry blossom idea, but kind of birthed into with Japanese traditional colors, and represents my side of family over there.
It's eye-catching, it's lovely. I'm gonna drop him and let him go back because he actually says he doesn't know too much about bikes. I'm gonna take over. I wanna learn how this bike differs to your normal setup.
Honestly, when I ride jumps, I honestly run a similar setup to this, but I kind of ramped up the pressures just a little bit more in the front shock and the rear shock. Tires, like in the front, I'm probably running like over 110, somewhere around there. And then like 348, 347 PSI in the rear. I just like a stiffer setup and the feel, you know, slow the rebound all the way closed and then maybe like one click fast.
Wow.
Compression's all ramped up, at least in the rear, fully firm, and then I kind of adjust the compression of the front fork to match the feel of the shock. I've ran kind of both setups for a shifter with a derailleur. You know, I don't have a derailleur on this, so there's no shifter. I'm just running the single speed SPG1.
Nice.
I like the cockpit just being pretty clean and nothing there. You know, sometimes you jab your thumb into that shifter and it doesn't feel too good.
Sick. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk about your bike, and good luck on Friday.
Cheers.
We are here with DJ Brandt. We are going to talk about his bike. It's another downhill bike, so it looks like downhill bikes are prevalent this year. Can you tell me about your paint job first?
Dude, Nukeproof went all in on the paint job. Super insane, like bluish, grayish, marble looking base coat. And then on the top tube and the down tube, we got some of my favorite rappers. We got the Flatbush Zombies, Suicide Boys, Mac Miller, RIP to the GOAT, man. And some super sick like gold accents, and then Marzocchi went and kind of matched up with that.
Is there any setup differences or quirks coming into Rampage that you would change? Or I guess you do a lot of desert riding, so maybe you just run it basically the same as usual.
Yeah, I don't really change anything, man. I'm kind of dumb and just ride my bike the same way all year. So I'm at the bike park just chattering off of everything. But then when we come out to the desert, it feels really good. And I like staying used to that setup.
Yep.
So yeah, just kind of keep her stiff and progressive. We got a lot of volume spacers in the suspension. Okay. Rebounds like medium to slow.
Crank length, I know it's a weird one, but are they 165s or 170s?
Dude, crank length is something I've just been learning about. I've been running 170s like my whole career.
Yep.
I never really thought much about it, and then everybody's like running like way shorter cranks, like 165, 155, because they say it feels like more moto and you don't have to hunt for your pedals on tricks as much. I'm like, oh, whoa, maybe I need to switch. But I've been doing it for so long, I'm like, well, shit, I'm used to it.
Yeah. All right, well, man, so, your bike's amazing. And
that's the rig. Yeah, I'm stoked on it, man. It looks amazing. Shout out to the sponsors for bringing this thing together. It meant a lot to me, so super pumped.
Hey there, or should I say goodbye. It's been really good checking out some of the pros' bikes. We're going to be back again soon to see some more. Hope you enjoyed it. Check you soon. I said check you soon. Who says that?